Hello, I'm David Gerard. This is Pivot to AI, coming to you daily. Today, Anthropic wins big, and it loses even bigger. One of the many copyright cases that are currently running against chatbot vendor Anthropic is Bart's versus Anthropic, where several authors brought a class action suit against Anthropic in August 2024 for violating their copyrights, when Anthropic downloaded their books from pirate sites like LibGen and trained their chatbots on them. The authors don't claim that, say, Claude spat out copies of their text, like in the music publisher's case against Anthropic, where they do claim that. This case is just about the training. Anthropic bought a lot of print books, and it scanned them into a private library, and it trained Claude on them. But it also downloaded a buttload of pirate copies of books from LibGen. Anthropic says their training was all fair use, and they filed a motion for summary judgment in March. Today, Judge William Alsop ruled on that motion. Alsop is a very experienced judge. He knows his copyright law. He said that Anthropic's training itself was broadly fair use, but that using copies they got from LibGen was not. And there will be a trial on the extent of just how much Anthropic violated copyright and what the statutory damages are. This ruling mostly goes Anthropic's way on training an LLM being fair use. We got to say this is a huge win for all the AI companies. Quote, "The purpose and character of using copyrighted works to train LLMs to generate new text was quintessentially transformative. If this training process reasonably required making copies within the LLM or otherwise, those copies were engaged in a transformative use." Unquote. This is a big open door for other LLM vendors to train their chatbots on books, so long as they buy copies first. A lot of people really hate that bit of this ruling, but Alsop has long been a huge fan of fair use, and fair use is the thing he's trying to protect here. But that's only the first part of the ruling. The second part is where Anthropic gets to find out. Quote, "Authors argue Anthropic should have paid for these pirated library copies. This order agrees. The downloaded pirated copies used to build a central library were not justified by a fair use. Every factor points against fair use. A separate justification was required for each use. None is even offered here, except for Anthropic's pocketbook and convenience." Unquote. The really fun part for Anthropic is what happens next. Quote, "We will have a trial on the pirated copies used to create Anthropic's central library and the resulting damages, actual or statutory, including for willfulness. That Anthropic later bought a copy of a book it earlier stole off the internet will not absolve it for liability for the theft, but it may affect the extent of statutory damages. Nothing is foreclosed as to any other copies flowing from library copies for uses other than for training LLMs." So Anthropic has won an important ruling that training LLMs may be fair use if you bought the books you're training on, but taking pirate copies of the books, that leaves you open to statutory damages, which go from $750 per book up to $150,000 per book. It is pretty certain this ruling will be brought up immediately in Country versus Meta platforms. That's the one where Facebook trained Llama on a pile of books from LibGen, on CEO Mark Zuckerberg saying that would be fine. Whoops. As Judge Alsop says, there is no carve-out, however, from the Copyright Act for AI companies. Thanks for tuning in to Pivot to AI. Please do hit like and subscribe, leave a nice podcast review, or help fund Pivot's work by sending $5 to the Patreon linked in the show notes. We've also had people saying they like my t-shirts. These are the official Pivot shirts you can buy from Redbubble, black or white or other colours, several designs, and we have mugs and stickers and stuff too. So thank you all. See you tomorrow in your Pivot shirts, and bye for now.